What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to talk to you about the spring seller update. That is our eBay's way of communicating with us what's going on. And I haven't looked through this too much, so I'm going to go through it and do this recording. And I'm going to read some of it, like verbatim, word for word. I'm not going to read all of it, but we're just going to explore this, okay? Because, obviously, if you're interested in doing anything with eBay, this is stuff that's relevant. It's important to read the things that eBay puts out telling you what they're doing with their system, right? We should really pay a lot of attention to this. All right, so I'm going to try and skip over things like this, which are just like eBay saying nice things. I'm going to try and isolate the specific things in here that mean something, right? And I'm not going to watch any videos, and we're going to try and go through the whole seller update in this video. So it's going to be longer, but I know that this is something good that people would appreciate, right? So let's look at the overview. I'm going to scroll out a little bit just so quickly. Before I talk too much about this, let's just see what this page looks like. Okay, so there's these 6 tiles here, right? These are the main components of the seller update. So there's inventory optimization, shipping enhancements, growth tools, eBay stores, simplified returns, and seller protection. These are the things that we're going to go over in this video, okay? I am most affected by Section 4, eBay stores, and I'll explain why, but this video is aimed towards anyone who uses eBay, not just people like me who dropship. So I'm going to start over here. All right, we're going to click on Learn More to explore inventory optimization. All right, this is about product-based listing with the eBay catalog, a new fee structure for multi-category listings, and category and item-specific updates. What we need to know. Listing using the eBay catalog will be required for select products in the eBay catalog in order to provide buyers with a streamlined product-based shopping experience. Category changes include additions, removals, and renames will go into effect, and impacted listings will automatically be moved to most relevant categories. When you list an item in 2 or more categories, the highest final value fee will apply when your item sells. Okay, so this first thing is important here because what you guys need to understand is that eBay is transitioning towards the buy box structure. So it's not like this is just going to suddenly happen overnight. And if you've used Amazon, which you probably have, right? Amazon is a buy box system. So what that means is that you can't, it's not like there are multiple listings for the same item. That's not supposed to happen on Amazon. You have an item, and that item has a page of sellers selling that item. Whereas the current system is you have multiple people making listings for the same items. And eBay doesn't like the fact that for buyers on eBay, you have to go through hundreds of the same listings for the same items. That really is not the best experience for the buyer. And like as a dropshipper, that's one of the ways that like it enables me to earn money. So, that's relevant. But eBay is trying to move towards that buy box experience. They are not going to be able to do this suddenly overnight. It's going to take a while, okay? So the way that they're getting it to start is they're requiring certain brands in certain categories to be associated with the eBay catalog. So basically what's going to happen is for everything that they require the eBay catalog on, your listings, in order to continue getting sales, you're going to need to be associated with the eBay catalog. And as they require more and more and more and more items to be associated with the catalog, then it's going to really start to change things eventually. But this is just kind of the beginning of it right now. And the reality is that exponentially, the vast majority of items on eBay aren't affected by the current updates that are required by the end of April or whenever it is now, basically. It's going to take time, so don't freak out about it, but be aware of it, right? And ultimately, eBay's never going to be able to get to a point where all items require Like, in order for that to happen, they would have to know every single item that's possible to exist. And that's impossible. So what's going to happen is that most items, popular items that have been sold before on eBay, they're going to have that page, whereas other items until eBay becomes aware of their existence and incorporates it into their catalog, other items are going to have something different. That's just the nature of how it's probably going to look once this system is more fully fledged. All right, so let's read on a little bit. Overview. Here we have, actually, instead of looking at the overview, let's look at the frequently asked questions, because I think that that's probably a better way for me to communicate to you guys what's happening here. All right, so this is the overview of the product-based shopping experience. Why is eBay making this change? As we move toward a product-based shopping experience, it has become necessary for sellers to tell us exactly what items they are offering because buyers expect a more streamlined online shopping experience. The best way to achieve this is to select the appropriate product in the eBay catalog during the listing process. What is the eBay catalog? The eBay catalog is a centralized repository of product information that helps buyers and sellers reach a common understanding of what is for sale. How can I associate my listing with a product that's in the eBay catalog? When you start a listing, you will be able to search for a product in the eBay catalog by using an identifier like UPC, EAN, or ISBN, or keywords. Ooh, or keywords. Interesting. Once you have selected the product from the catalog, you will continue with the rest of the listing experience. Starting in May 2018, if we determine that you are selling an item in the select product lines, but you did not associate it to a product from the eBay catalog, you will be unable to complete the listing. What are product identifiers? Product identifiers are unique numbers or codes for products that help buyers recognize and find them. Most new branded products have unique product identifiers. These can include an item's global trade number, such as UPC, EAN, or ISBN, as well as the combination of brand and manufacturer part number. All right, I'm getting the feeling that I shouldn't just read every question here. So let's just look down, and I'm going to try and pick the ones that are kind of I think some of you will agree with or be curious about, right? All right, here's a good one. When will I need to start using the eBay catalog? We strongly encourage you to begin adopting the eBay catalog now for the required product lines. Adopting means that in the listing process, you select a product from the catalog by searching by identifier like UPC, EAN, ISBN, or keyword that corresponds to the item you are listing, and you associate that product in the catalog to your listing. Starting in May 2018, in order to complete your listing for an item that is within the select product lines, you will be required to match your item to that product in the catalog. Later this year, we will expand this requirement to more categories and product lines. Quick note on that. Understand that this catalog thing isn't new. eBay has had a catalog and given you the ability to pre-fill this listing with eBay catalog info. So this is an existing system. It's not like they're making something new. They're just taking an existing system and making it kind of more required over time. If I use an eBay catalog product, will I be able to customize my listing? Customizing your listing will depend on the item condition. For new products, additional pictures are optional. For other conditions, used or refurbished, you will continue to be required to include additional pictures and item information to help buyers with their purchasing decisions. Let's see, what's next? What do you mean when you say my listings won't show up in search? Under the new product-based shopping experience, listings that have not adopted a product in the eBay catalog for the product lines above will not display in the search results page. How do I associate my listings with the eBay catalog? There are different methods for associating your listings with a product in the eBay catalog. See detailed guidance below. Number 1, using eBay tools. New single variation listing. Instructions on how to do it. New multi-SKU or listing with variations. More instructions. Revise an existing single variation listing. More instructions. Revise an existing multi-SKU or listing with variations. More instructions. Using file exchange. That's good. I use file exchange a lot to do bulk work. It enables you to get databases of all your currently active listings, all your ended listings, all your sold listings as one file. So it just makes working with large amounts of items much more easy. Okay, cool. So they've got a bunch of different options for you to associate with an eBay catalog. That is pretty wicked. Category and classification changes. Category changes, including additions, removals, and renames, will go into effect April 10th, 2018 to provide a more intuitive buying, selling, and search experience on eBay. If you have a listing in a category impacted by these changes, eBay will automatically move your listing to the most relevant category. Okay. So they're moving stuff around on eBay. List your items in best fit categories. What's a best fit category? Geez, there's so much information here. Let's see. All right, so they've changed how they calculate fees for if you have a item in 2 categories. And the reason for that is that some categories have different final value fees for them. So some might have 9, others might have like 7. So what they're saying is that you'll get charged for whatever one is more expensive. Okay? So I think that's enough about the inventory optimization section. The main thing that we need to understand here is that eBay is transitioning towards the buy box experience, but it's going to take a long time. It's not going to happen over a month or 2. It's going to take a while, right? And it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Like right now, eBay has made changes that are required in such a tiny percentage of items. It's like a couple Amazon items, a couple Apple items, a couple Roku items, and a couple other things. I actually think I have a picture of that somewhere. Let's find that. Is it there? No, it's going to be here. The desktop. Pictures, maybe? We're looking for a capture. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so if we zoom in here, you can see these catalog product lines. These are the only items that you're currently required to add to the catalog, right? Echo, Fire Stick, iPads, iPhones, Apple TV, Dyson items, Google items, the Google Chromecast and the Google Home, Jambox, Nest thermostat, and a couple different models of Roku. This is negligible. Like if you compare the amount of items affected by this change and the amount of total items, you're talking about like a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of a percentage. It's very, very, very tiny. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly it actually becomes like a decent amount of items have this requirement. I have no idea how long that's going to take. Like maybe that's just going to take a couple months. Maybe it's going to take a year or 2. It's very possible that it could take a while. So that'll be interesting. But now we're done with inventory optimization. And I might have to split this up into multiple videos because I'm still getting better from being sick. So my throat really hurts right now, but we'll see. All right, so let's keep going now. So next we're going to go to the shipping enhancements. All right. eBay Guaranteed Delivery will be available to more sellers and a more intuitive experience for printing and purchasing labels on eBay. What we need to know. eBay Guaranteed Delivery will be available to more sellers, streamlined and simplified eBay label purchasing and printing, shipping service, and pricing comparisons, and more. So the eBay Guaranteed Delivery, oh, okay. This isn't really huge for dropshippers, but it does mean that the changes that they made, this line right here, available to more sellers, you can translate this to eBay Guaranteed Delivery is available to dropshippers. eBay doesn't say it that way, but they had a requirement before that made it unavailable to dropshippers, let's just say, and that requirement has been voided. So now if you are able to promise a certain shipping speed and consistently follow through with that, then you can opt into eBay Guaranteed Delivery, which is going to increase your sales as more and more eBay buyers get used to using that eBay Guaranteed Deliver filter. The reality is right now, let's use an example. Let's go to eBay, and we're going to search for Super Nintendos. And then look at the results. We have 8,500 results. Now we're going to enable guaranteed 3-day delivery. We have 70 results. So it cut the results down by a load, which is interesting. And you can't know really how many people are using this yet, but over time it will grow, right? So let's keep moving forward. We need to go here. Okay, cool. All right. I don't think I need to explain all of this, really. Ooh, that might be interesting, actually. Okay, starting in March 2018, eBay Guaranteed Delivery's handling time guarantee will be available to more sellers. We will reduce the average number of transactions required for eligibility to 100 transactions within the previous 12 months. You will need to maintain a late shipment rate of 3% or lower to qualify. Check the on-time shipping metric in your seller dashboard to see if you meet the requirement. Through June 30th, eBay will cover any late deliveries to buyers if they raise a case. This means eBay will provide the buyer the choice of make-it-right options per the program's term and conditions. After June 30th, eBay will continue to cover late deliveries as long as you meet your handling time commitment. Interesting. So that means that if you ship the item on time, it doesn't matter what happens anymore. eBay will cover you as long as you ship the item on time and provide tracking numbers showing that the item was picked up, right? Once it's in the carrier's hand, eBay will cover you. To give you more flexibility to use the label platform of your choice, we are also removing one of the existing requirements. Starting March 2018, you will no longer be required to use eBay shipping labels to participate in the eBay Guaranteed Delivery handling time option. That is what I was just telling you about why dropshippers couldn't use it. Because dropshippers use other platforms to ship their products, right? So because we can't print eBay labels to print our products, because we don't pay shipping, because it's part of the cost of getting someone else to ship it, that meant that we weren't eligible for guaranteed delivery. But eBay has removed this requirement. So now all that really matters is that you validate your tracking most of the time, which is, doable as long as you're on point about placing your orders and you have good systems in place. Okay, now let's talk about the labels experience. This summer, purchasing and printing labels on eBay will become even easier and more intuitive. We are updating the eBay shipping labels experience by adding powerful new features that will help you make informed shipping choices quickly and easily. New features will include estimated delivery dates based on shipping service and easy shipping service and pricing comparisons. We will continue to provide you with substantial discounts on shipping services and automatically update tracking for your buyer. The transition from the current eBay labels experience to the new experience will be seamless, and you can continue to use your preferred shipping services without interruption. AKA, they're changing that, but it's not really going to change anything. And it's like the back end's being the same, but the front end is looking different. But we still have to do the same stuff, so that's good. And this is more to people who are actually selling physical items on eBay. Dropshippers wouldn't really use this very much. All right, so now we have covered the shipping enhancements section, and we're going to move on to the growth tools section. Enhanced pricing guidance, more placements, and reporting for promoted listings, and new seller metrics. Oh, promoted listings, that reminds me, I need to do an update about that. Okay, what you need to know. Enhanced pricing guidelines for Seller Hub users and new Marketplace Insights API available to third-party providers and high-volume sellers. Oh, high volume. I like it when they use that word because when you pay for the top tier stores, you're usually classified as high volume sellers. It's good to know. Promoted listings placements will appear on eBay's homepage, and enhanced reports will be available on the campaign management dashboard. New visibility into the status of buyers' after-sale requests in Seller Hub. That's right. That's something we'll read a little bit in detail. All right. We don't really need to worry too much about the pricing suggestions. Here we go. So an update about promoted listings. To help you achieve the best results from your promoted listing campaigns, starting March 2018, we will provide guidance on which items to promote and make it easier for you to monitor what items sold through your campaigns. We're also increasing exposure of promoting listings by adding new placements on our homepage. That could be interesting. If you don't use promoted listings and you're a dropshipper, to those of you who dropship, you really should. Do understand that sometimes the items that sell with promoted listings we're going to sell anyway. So it's going to make it look like you're getting way higher of a percentage in sales. The reality is you are getting some sales you weren't going to get, but some of the sales are sales that you were going to get, and then eBay gets some of the credit. The reality is it's worth doing, very much so, and it does increase your exposure. But just keep that in mind, right? All right, new promoted listings features. New promoted listing placements on our homepage. Items, recommendations for successful campaigns. Enhanced reports on the campaign management dashboard. eBay top-rated sellers and store subscribers with fixed price listings can access the new starter and enterprise store subscribers. Oh, I can't think of the enterprise store without getting really, really excited. That is going to be the section where my excitement about this update really pours through, right? All right. New seller metrics. When you sell an item and the buyer notifies you that they have not received their item or that it was not as described, your seller performance standard rating may be affected if you do not resolve the buyer's request in a timely manner. Starting in June 2018, we will provide you with additional visibility into the status of your buyer's after-sale requests in Seller Hub, which will help you identify any listings that aren't meeting buyers' expectations. The metrics will also show you how often you receive these requests compared to sellers of similar items and circumstances. Low rates of after-sale requests can help improve your listing's visibility. This, I think, is really good because what eBay is kind of starting to do is, all right, we got to talk about messages for a second, because the reality is that messages about an item where the customer or the person has already purchased something are much, much, much more important to respond to than messages about an item that the customer has not yet purchased something. And I'm not saying you shouldn't respond to those messages. Obviously, you should, because it can encourage a sale to happen, and it does. But the reality is, eBay doesn't really mind, let's just say, if you don't respond to people who are asking you questions about items they haven't bought. But they do really care if you aren't responsive to questions about an item or a transaction that has already sold. It's really, really important. And the way that eBay's system currently works is that they rely on the sellers to be able to distinguish the messages that are based on items that actually sold versus the messages that are just questions, and understand that there is a priority. They don't really... you have to learn that, though, right? So what they're doing here is that they're kind of starting to separate that so that you can look at this section and see, okay, these people bought stuff. They're my priority, right? And then the messages section will be more for questions about the item and that kind of thing, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how they continue to work with this. And I'm excited because if they just make it more efficient, and like this sentence right here, which will help you identify any listings that aren't meeting buyer expectations, if they make some kind of system that enables me to just see all of the items that had a purchase that the buyer's still waiting on an answer for versus just unread messages, that would be really cool. And that would speed my workflow up a load. So that would be wicked. All right, now let's move on to the next section. Oh my gosh. This is, for me, this is a life-changing update. The stuff I'm about to read to you, okay, what I currently do with the bulk drop shipping, my insertion fees for a 2,000 item store would be roughly $10,000 alone. This isn't including any final value fees, right? This is just an insertion fees. $10,000 a month to run a 200,000 item store. That's what the Anchor store currently gives you, 5 cents per listing. It's technically $150 less than $10,000 because of the store subscription, and it's not really that relevant. My point here, oh man, is I get too excited about this, and I got to keep going. All right, eBay stores. New starter and enterprise eBay store subscriptions, fee updates, and shopping experience enhancements. What we need to know. New starter and enterprise eBay store subscriptions and fee updates. eBay stores will be updated to provide a new and enhanced shopping experience and improve search engine and mobile web optimization. New eBay store subscriptions. We currently offer 3 eBay store subscriptions: Basic, Premium, and Anchor. Starting May 1st, we will introduce 2 new eBay store subscriptions, Starter and Enterprise. The expanded spectrum of store subscriptions will provide you with a store subscription option that meets your specific business needs and goals. Starter store subscription. If you list more than 50 items each month, the new Starter store subscription will give you the tools you need to grow your business. and it's only $5 a month. The starter source, basically what eBay is saying with these updates is no matter what you do on eBay, you really should just pick a store subscription because it's going to make things cheaper, right? They're talking about like a $5 a month cost here. That's not much at all, right? As the most basic one. All right, and then they are adding the Enterprise Store subscription. The Enterprise Store subscription will provide high-volume sellers with an upgrade option and additional benefits. All right, one second. Oh. All right. The yearly subscription will be $3,000. You will get 100,000 fixed-price listings for $3,000. That is 3 cents per listing. And that's mind-blowing to me. Listen. I pay a huge insertion fee bill every month. I pay eBay between $3,000 and $7,000 in insertion fees just because of the way that I run my business. This is something that I've been doing for 2 years. This update means that bill goes down almost by half. Understand that if I operated 100,000 listings, then the bill goes down by 2/5 because it goes from 5 cents to 3 cents. But look at this next part. Enterprise Store subscribers will also be able to purchase additional zero insertion fee listings in add-on bundles for fixed price listings if they intend to list more than 100,000 items per month. Enterprise Store bundles, 10,000 additional zero insertion fee listings per month for $250, aka 2.5 cents per item, and 50,000 additional zero insertion fee listings per month for $1,000. That means 2 cents per item. That is insane. Bulk drop shipping is going to be so heavily affected by this update alone. There has never been a situation in my life where some update has caused such a huge change to the amount of money that I make. And it's all because I was in the right place at the right time, doing the thing that a lot of people don't want to do, which is really, really awesome because I wasn't planning for this. I didn't know that this was going to happen until like a couple months before it did, right? Look at this. This second part is absolutely insane because 50,000 items for $1,000? 1,000 divided by 50,000. 2 cents per listing. That is less than half of what I currently pay. And so not only are they making it cheaper for 100,000 items, but what they're doing means that if you post a 300,000, 500,000 item store, it's even more profitable. Running at 200,000 items with these updates in place means that my insertion fee bill will go down by 50%. The biggest insertion fee bill I've ever paid is $1,000. And I often pay $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 insertion fee bills. I can't even explain how much this update, this particular part of the update, the Enterprise Store, affects me. And what's ironic about it is that this isn't designed for individuals. The Enterprise Store is designed for big corporations and companies who have existing e-commerce presences. And eBay wants to encourage them to use eBay as a platform. Because imagine that you are a big company who already has online sales. Why should you use a platform that charges you 10% and a bunch of insertions when you have like tens of thousands of items? You know, you already got profit you already got your own sales happening. So what they're doing is making it more incentivizing by making it cheaper for those big companies. Because normally, the people who have that many listings are companies, right, that sell items. And they're not thinking about dropshippers with this listing. At least I don't think so. But I am hugely affected by this, and I'm just an individual. I'm not a corporation. And I love that irony. It's great. It's kind of like the fact that like I'm able to exist because of Walmart, yet Walmart has screwed a bunch of small business owners, yet I am a small business owner who exists on the back of Walmart. It's like, it's interesting how the hands that you get played. All right, I got distracted there. I know you're not all drop shippers, and I just bored you with my absolute fascination with enterprise stores and how it affects me. So I'm just going to keep going on. Subscription fee updates. Starting May 1st, 2018, the yearly fee for a basic store subscription will change from $20 a month to $22 a month. The monthly fee for a basic store subscription will change from $25 a month to $28 a month. Quick note here. Don't get confused when they say yearly subscription. What they're talking about is that you can pay every month and pay a little bit more, or you can commit to paying every month for a year and pay a little bit less. You do not have to come up with the whole year's payments straight away. That's a common misconception, so I just want to clear that up. Starting May 1st, 2018, insertion fees will increase for non-store sellers and basic store subscribers when you exceed your zero insertion fee allocation. So non-store subscribers, when you exceed your 50 zero insertion fee listing allocation, you'll pay 35 cents. A starter store, you'll pay 30 cents. And a basic store, you'll pay 25 cents. So this just means that they're trying to encourage everybody in multiple ways to have some kind of store. Really, what eBay wants is that if you are brand new, you have a starter store. If you've been doing it for a while and you're posting a lot of items, then you have an enterprise store. Up until recently, it was only these three: basic, premium, and anchor. And man, oh gosh, I got to stop babbling on about this, right? All right, so now let's talk about the eBay stores themselves. Starting in May 2018, we will begin updating eBay stores to provide a new shopping experience. The newly designed experience is intended to improve search engine optimization, enhance the mobile web experience, and provide new merchandising opportunities for eBay store subscribers. The new experience will also be active content free and HTTPS ready. Key benefits: optimized mobile web experience, enhanced SEO and traffic benefits, showcases more relevant products for buyers, provides the highest security standard. The new eBay store's design will look similar to eBay's homepage and other category pages. Below is an example of the new eBay store's shopping experience in mobile. The majority of seller stores will be updated automatically starting in May 2018. If you use custom pages or have HTML in your store, you will be able to move the new experience at the same time, or we will move you to the new experience at a later date. Oh, so you got some flexibility there. What's important here to understand, guys, the mobile use is, if it doesn't already, it is well on its way to. If somebody is accessing the internet, statistically, they're going to be more and more likely to be accessing it from a phone. And what I've come to understand from my time in Nicaragua is that this is exponentially true across all of humanity, because the reality is that most people don't have a personal computer, but a lot of people do have a smartphone, and smartphones are becoming cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and more available. Like even in a place like Nicaragua, which is one of the poorest countries in that hemisphere, or this hemisphere, it's common, like the parks there have Wi-Fi. A lot of people have smartphones. You have access to that kind of stuff. And the reality is that the human experience of interacting with the internet is going to be increasingly predominantly with mobile devices. So if you can understand that, then you can understand why eBay is pushing a lot of this mobile-related stuff. You can also see some metrics, seeing how many of your items have been sold through eBay Mobile, and it's getting close to 50% for most people, and is usually past that. So it's definitely getting big. It's really important to understand that mobile-based viewing is the thing that has more traffic. Okay? All right, we are almost done. We are done with my most exciting part, so now I'm bored. All right, simplified returns. They're going to have a streamlined return policy options and 30-day free return requirement for top-rated plus benefits. What we need to know: we're reducing the number of return policies options. Top-rated sellers will be required to offer 30-day free returns to be eligible to receive the top-rated plus discount and badge. Some category exceptions apply. Streamlined returns policies. Starting in May 2018, we will streamline our return policies options. Buyers' expectations are continuously evolving, and we strive to deliver a returns experience that is consistent and competitive with the changing marketplace. Our simplified return policy will help drive a retail standard returns experience for buyers and may boost your sales. We recommend that you begin changing your return policies now. The 5 return policy options will be no returns accepted, 30-day, buyer paid, 30-day free, 60-day, buyer paid, 60-day free. Restocking fees will no longer be an option. Starting June 1st, 2018, when you offer free returns, you'll have greater control to manage your business, and you can decide to issue partial refunds to buyers. Certain product categories have unique retail standards, and sellers will be able to offer variations on the new return policy options. Categories that will continue to have the option to offer 14-day returns include collectibles and art, cameras and photo, and medical, mobility, and disability equipment. Sellers will also be able to issue a partial refund for all returns where the item is returned used or damaged in select categories, including business and industrial, parts and accessories, collectibles and art, cameras and photo, medical, mobility and disability equipment, home improvement, furniture, musical instruments and gear, yard, garden, and outdoor. You will also have the flexibility to set different return policies for domestic and international returns. Oh, that is amazing! That's actually really good because there's currently a loophole in my business. My return policy for the US is applied to my international returns, and the only way to work around that is to have a clause in your description, but I don't really do that, and it means that, yeah, it's a bit finicky. But anyway, the point is that you'll have the ability to state a domestic return policy and an international return policy, whereas right now you don't have a whole lot of control over it. Okay, so for example, you can choose to offer free returns domestically and in the same listing offer paid returns to international buyers. That is going to be great. All right, because we are standardizing returns, we'll remove the additional return policy details field that some sellers may use to detail their returns policies. Removal of this field will simplify returns for buyers. I think that's good. To be honest, there's a whole lot of redundancy in eBay listings. Like, there's no point in having your payment policy like 4 times throughout the listing and where it's eBay provides it. And it's a lot of the same stuff multiple times. Top Rated Plus update. 30-day free returns is a retail return standard and a buyer expectation. Starting June 1st, 2018, top-rated sellers will be required to offer 30-day free returns to be eligible to receive top-rated plus benefits. eBay top-rated sellers earn those benefits by offering an elevated experience to their buyers. When you offer a 30-day returns, you're offering a superior retail returns experience. Exceptions. 30-day returns is required for most categories. 30-day free returns is required for most categories, but there are exceptions in select categories. You will be required to offer 30-day returns in the following categories to be eligible to receive top-rated plus benefits: parts and accessories, musical instruments and gear, listing with freight shipping specified, media. You will be required to offer 14-day free returns in products in collectibles and art categories to be eligible to receive top-rated plus benefits. You are not required to offer free returns in some existing categories to receive top-rated plus benefits. We will expand this exception to include the following categories: prepaid phone cards, virtual currency. You can buy virtual currency on eBay? Huh. Cellular Protection on free returns. Starting June 1st, 2018, when you offer free returns, you'll have greater control to manage your business, and you can decide to issue partial refunds to buyers. By offering free returns, you'll have the flexibility to set your shipping and returns policies. If a buyer asks for something different or extra, or if we identify a buyer who frequently returns items, we'll step in and protect you. Wicked. All right. Next, we have Cellular Protection. Protections to give you greater control and support when things don't go as planned. What you need to know. When you offer free returns, you'll be able to offer a partial refund if a returned item has been used or damaged, and eBay will protect you. Okay, that's cool. This is redundant to what we just looked at, so we'll protect you. You can expect eBay to protect your reputation and standards and to monitor buyer behavior after the sale. Protections from events outside your control include when you ship an item on time and provide tracking and it arrives late, if you're impacted by carrier disruptions and severe weather, if your buyer retracts their bid or doesn't pay, if a buyer changes their order or requests something extra, from buyers that have an unusual rate of complaints or returns, if the buyer returns an item after they opened it, used it, or sent it back in condition other than the one you've sent it in. That's going to be interesting because, like, it's a lot of return, huh? As a dropshipper who uses Walmart, I'm not affected by anything with returns because Walmart offers free returns. So I've always been able to just offer free returns, which helps smooth things out a lot. All right, at this point, we have covered all of the major things in the eBay seller, the spring seller update. Now what I'm going to do is read you guys a kind of letter thing from one of the eBay dudes. All right. When we say you are our business partners, we mean it, because when you succeed, so do we. While eBay is a big company, your success remains incredibly personal to us. I had the opportunity to meet many of you throughout 2017 at eBay Open in Las Vegas, our DC fly-in, or here at our headquarters in San Jose. Your hard work and passion are remarkable, and I'm so glad you are part of the eBay team. Last year, we began adjusting to the changing behaviors of today's online shopper, and we're thankful to those of you who made necessary updates to your listings. While we know that this was time-consuming, it was critical in order for us to remain competitive and secure. In 2018, we will continue our journey of evolving eBay into a thriving, modern retail marketplace that attracts more global buyers, gives those buyers the online shopping experience they're accustomed to, and ultimately brings you more sales. Here are some of our key areas of focus for 2018, including the many ways in which will help your business succeed this year. Delivering an optimal shopping experience. Today's buyer expects to find the items they want at the right price quickly. They've also come to expect quality product photography and descriptions, fast guaranteed shipping, and competitive return policies. All of these factors create trust between buyer and seller and help to instill confidence as buyers make their decisions. To give you a detailed overview of the modern buyer, we've launched a new 4-part series. Read the first 2 installments here and here. I'm not going to read them. With this modern buyer in mind, we will be reimagining the shopping experience and making eBay more personalized, intuitive, and easy to navigate. We'll help buyers find what they want quickly by leveraging product-based commerce and our advances in structured data. We'll invest heavily in cutting-edge technologies, including artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and more, creating an eBay like you've never seen before. They're going to do something for AR? What? We'll also ask for your valuable expertise and feedback in regards to the eBay catalog as we continue to roll out our new model of shopping. Learn more about how we're evolving the shopping experience on eBay. In addition to a more intuitive and personalized on-site experience, we know the modern buyer wants their items delivered fast, too. To meet their needs and help you sell more, we will expand eBay Guaranteed Delivery to include additional sellers and deliver more products in 3 days or less. Recently, we made it even easier to participate by removing the eBay shipping label requirement. So one thing that's really cool, I'm actually going to be able to do eBay Guaranteed Delivery. But when you use 2-day shipping, you can meet it most of the time, and you can be eligible even as a drop shipper. So because most of my items ship from Walmart 2-day or Amazon, that is a good thing. That really, really helps, right? 75% of buyers check return policies before purchasing. Checking return policies before purchasing is another common behavior of the modern buyer. Data shows that 75% of buyers check return policies before purchasing. Additionally, sellers who switch to a 30-day free return policy saw up to a 15% lift in conversion. With this data in mind, we'll be encouraging you to update your return policies so you can convert more of your sales. As part of a multi-year journey in streamlining our end-to-end experience, we will begin intermediating payments in 2018. This means shoppers will be able to check out and pay all within eBay. On the seller end, you can expect simplified pricing, centralized sales information, and greater reach. As we make this transition, we will work closely with you to ensure new payment capabilities reflect your needs. We'll continue to share more details on Seller Center about this process, including next steps for sellers. Guidance and improved resources to help you run a more profitable business. To help you remain competitive in 2018, we'll give you more pricing and inventory guidance, along with a suite of improved seller resources. Because when your business maintains competitive edge, it improves the overall competitiveness of eBay. Last year, we acquired Terapeak, a market research tool that helps you determine what to sell, when to sell, and at what price. Our plan is to combine Terapeak's world-class research capabilities with the best of Seller Hub, eBay's seller analytics tool, to give you one platform for gathering insights. To complement these insights, we'll continue to build our promotional tools, enabling you to get the right products in front of the right buyers. For those of you who run businesses across multiple platforms, we'll continue our work with partners like Shopify, BigCommerce, and Channel Advisor to make selling easier. We're also committed to improving and deploying our API integrations faster, so our insights and guidance are more accessible and timely. To address the unique needs of various types of eBay sellers, we'll roll out services that better suit individual business needs. And to ensure that help is always just a click away, we've upgraded Seller Center with more than 40 new pages of the latest selling content, putting you, our sellers, at the center of everything we do in 2018. Entrepreneurs like you are the lifeblood of eBay. We truly see you as the instrumental partners to our future success. To strengthen our partnership, we will connect with you even more this year, both online and off. We'll be joining you at our meetups, connecting with you at some of the country's largest retail shows like Shop Talk, Channel Advisor's Catalyst, and IRCE, and talking with you on social media, our community boards, and eBay Radio. In an effort to streamline our communications and enable you to have a more predictable workflow, we will consolidate our seller updates into 3 updates over the course of this year. Because when you asked for more notice, we heard you. We'll also spend more time showing you how to make any necessary adjustments we've requested. To help those of you with physical retail stores, we've launched a new initiative which lets your customers know you're always open on eBay, even after your doors close for the night. This and other initiatives like Retail Revival are part of our broader effort to empower small business owners across the U.S. with technology and pump life into local economies. We were thrilled to see so many of you at eBay Open last year, and hope you will join us for our 2018 event this July. Keep an eye out for more details in the coming weeks. It's going to be a celebratin' yet again. Continuing the conversation, we believe open and constructive dialogue is essential to an effective partnership. Post any questions or comments about our 2018 plan on the eBay Seller Community Board or eBay for Facebook business page. I'll read them all and respond to as many as I can in a live broadcast on Facebook and the discussion thread tomorrow, February 14th at 12:30 p.m. I'm really looking forward to all we'll do to make eBay the place where the world shops in 2018. I have no doubt that as we continue to work together, you will see the tangible benefits of eBay's modern retail marketplace, increased sales, and more customers. Thank you, as always, for continuing to sell on eBay. See you on the community board and Facebook tomorrow. Cool. That was written a while ago, so whatever he's talking about tomorrow is done. And I'm tired of reading. My voice hurts, and I'm done showing you guys the seller update. We didn't go over everything. There's a little bit more here. So I guess what I should do is finish off this last section. This is something that you guys probably heard about because it got a lot of attention when it was announced, and that is that eBay is ditching PayPal over the next, 3 years. All right? Payments intermediation. We are simplifying the eBay experience for buyers and sellers. What is payments intermediation? In today's e-commerce landscape, shoppers expect to be able to check out and pay on the site where they're shopping. As we integrate payments, shoppers will be able to complete their purchases all within eBay, streamlining the end-to-end experience for both buyers and sellers. Payments intermediation means eBay will manage the payments flow in Marketplace and simplify the payments experience for everyone buying and selling on eBay. Benefits for sellers: lower costs and more control. Most sellers can expect a simplified pricing structure and more predictable access to funds, and most can expect their costs of payments processing to be reduced after they transition to eBay's intermediated payment model. I'm going to take a step back here and give you a bit of context. So a lot of people have a not so nice experience with PayPal. There is definitely more resentment towards PayPal than towards eBay. And this comes from the fact that eBay is more human, PayPal is more robotic. You will find that there are some situations where an account gets shut down through PayPal just because of some circumstances in your control or not in your control. And it's hard to get in touch with somebody who's going to help. It's definitely hard. And even when you start off, all of your money is put on hold in a process called PayPal jail. That's something that eBay does. And I'm curious how eBay is going to handle this with a new payment structure, because they seem to be hinting that they're aware of that frustration with the provider that they were using. And given that context, let me read this again. Most sellers can expect a simplified pricing structure and more predictable access to funds. And most can expect their costs of payments processing to be reduced after they transition to eBay's intermediated payments model. A central place to manage their business, eBay is working on solutions to provide sellers with information about their eBay businesses in one place, including payments information, so sellers can easily track and manage all their transactions and customer interactions on eBay. What they're hinting at here is that sometimes there's scenarios where you need to log into PayPal and issue a refund through there because it doesn't work through eBay. And sometimes it's easier to do partial refunds through PayPal to address the situation. And the reality is, as a seller, you need to be able to use eBay and PayPal to provide a proper experience to your buyer. So eBay doesn't like that. They want to just be able to use eBay to provide the proper experience. They're trying to simplify things and make it easier to provide good customer interaction, make it more convenient for sellers to provide a positive experience for the customers. Greater buyer reach and improved conversion. By offering buyers more choice in how they pay and expanding payment options into more geographies, we believe sellers more geographies, more GSP sales. We believe sellers will be able to reach more buyers and improve conversion. Timeline. Sellers do not need to take any action at this time. The transition to full payments intermediation will be a multi-year journey. We will begin payments intermediation on a small scale starting in the second half of 2018, expanding in 2019. In 2021, we expect to have transitioned a majority of customers to the new payments experience. So in 3 years, they expect everyone to be using, or most people to be using Aiden. To enable intermediated payments for their eBay accounts, sellers should expect to provide eBay with some additional payments-related data and to transition to a new relationship with eBay that includes integrated payments capabilities. As we make this transition, eBay will work closely with sellers to ensure that the new payment capabilities reflect their needs. We'll continue to share more details about this process and next steps for sellers as payments intermediation moves forward. Sellers will be required to complete these steps in order to continue selling on eBay, and it is anticipated that this transition for sellers will occur no later than 1 year after the expiration of the operating agreement with PayPal, i.e. by July 2021. In the meantime, sellers can contact eBay now at paymentsinfo@ebay.com to stay up to date on eBay's payments, efforts, and timing, share feedback, and ask questions. All right, guys, that was the eBay spring seller update in a nutshell. We went over most of the main points about the update, and I really appreciate you for sticking with me. Doing these videos for you guys is great because it makes me read more stuff than I normally would. I normally don't have the patience to read this, but knowing that I can make a video about it means that I end up doing it, and it ends up being good for you guys and also good for me. I learn more, I become better. It's fantastic. All right, thanks for watching, and subscribe. I really, really appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, that's fine. Understand that 61% of you are not subscribed. And if you'd subscribe, that'd be wicked. It's going to really, really help me out. See you next time, guys. Ciao.